Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna. So first of all, I want to apologize that I came a little late, but just when I came over, I finished the puja at my home after chapel, and then I came over and said, oh no, it started to rain, and yesterday we hanged some laundry out, and it's almost dry. You know, it's almost dry, and then some rain comes, so I had quickly saved it, and I hoped that it was a long, enthusiastic kirtan, but the kirtan was already for the class, so thank you for taking it over. So, yeah, today we are reading from Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. The verse is still appearing, almost there. So, it's like the universe, right, was waiting for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Advaita Acharya was calling out, Lord, finish! Finish with your business in Vaikuntha and come to this material world where you are needed, because Kali Yuga is deep down there, and we need mercy. We need the supreme mercy of you, because nobody else can save us. So therefore, the event of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took place. So now we have many guests here. Now it rolls in. So, who doesn't know where he ended up in a Hare Krishna temple? Who didn't hear anything about ISKCON before? I mean, not only the bad stuff. ISKCON, they like that. Who doesn't know who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? You know who's Sri Chaitanya? Oh, okay, they don't know. Okay, so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the best export you ever did, Indian nation. The best IT chip you ever produced came out of India. Why is that so? Yeah, that's a good question. We say approximately 500 years ago there came it's called in the Srimad Bhagavatam the hidden incarnation, incarnation of the Lord, what is actually not really planned, not really scheduled. But in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it's described that even in Kali Yuga, because in Kali Yuga we don't have any incarnations, actually. The last incarnation was who? Krishna. And then what happened when he disappeared? Kali Yuga started. Very good. So then we are deep down in Kali Yuga. And what are symptoms of Kali Yuga? Hypocrisy. What means quarrel? Okay. Do we see this? Do we see hypocrisy around us? No. No. You see what else? What else you see? Yeah. No, not in the temple. Maybe also, yeah, of course, in the temple. When we look at the world, what do we see? Huh? Slaughterhouses. Yeah, and in big mass, not just some butcher around the corner who kills a goat sometime, but big. I mean, when you look out here and you see cows, they're all going in the slaughterhouse for sure. And they don't wait till they're grown ups. Now you see, they have many calves because they just gave birth, and the calves are the most delicious. So that's Kali Yuga. And here in West, it's normal. In India, still a little bit like, you feel still uncomfortable with it. Although many Indians, when you ask them, veg or non-veg? Non-veg. Right? In the airplane you see. When you go to India. You see how the non-veg goes out. Oops. So slaughterhouse, what else?
Pollution.
Huh?
Pollution.
Pollution of what?
Of environment.
Pollution of environment, yeah. That's probably a symptom of Kali Yuga. And this year also, I mean, we in West, we became expert to cover up the pollution. In India, you have to learn this. To cover up the pollution. Still.
Casinos, nightclubs, bars.
Casinos, nightclubs and bars, yeah. What does it represent actually? Huh? Which sin? Gambling, yeah. Huh? Did destroy? The 4 pillars of religion. Now you have to say what are the 4 pillars of religion? Compassion? He says. So what? Truthfulness, cleanliness, austerity. Yeah. Okay, yeah, they all go. In some. In some. Truthfulness goes very quickly out of the window. It's that one what's still in Kali Yuga. And we can see in previous ages, or no, ages not, in previous years, still when a man said something, say, a man a word. A man cannot go away from his word. I said it, I'm an honorable man, I will keep it, even if it's against my benefit. But nowadays, a word of a man is like a spit in the wind. Doesn't really exist, and when it comes back. So this doesn't exist. And then we have bars and nightclubs. You said, somebody said. So you said. So what about this? What do you do in bars?
Drinking, intoxication.
Yeah, and it all leads to what?
Misery?
Misery for sure, next morning. But what prepares it for? Huh? Degradation through what?
The society.
Yes. But through what prepare, people go to the bar, first of all they get drunk. What is the next thought?
Who can I sleep with?
Illicit sex. Very good. Yeah. I mean, not very good, but nice that you catched my thought. Yeah, so that's a big thing. Or sex sells. Sex sells. And this is what it all is it about nowadays. There's a man from... anyway, okay, it's another thing. Okay, so we see all this degradation. And what do we don't see anymore? What goes slowly out of sight?
We can't see any justice.
Excuse me?
We can't see any justice.
Justice. Yeah, okay. We don't see. Yeah, that's for sure. But when you look around in Western world, you basically don't see it anymore. In India, it's still more visible, but in Western world, huh? Culture and tradition, okay, but I mean, if you go around, you see still some cultural guys. Even now in Germany, it comes up again. You see in Bavaria, this young man with this careered blue and white and red and white and this leather, yeah, they're going, So there is some tradition they try to keep, but what you don't see anymore, huh? Yes, you don't see spirituality anymore. Values, yeah. But the more thing you see is like sensual agitation and mostly sexual agitation. But what you don't see anymore, what they try to plant out, is misery, especially death. Old people locked away. We are very expert in this in Western world. They're locked away because they don't fit in. And we have some people who we pay for and they taking care of these people. Right? While previously there was no pill port, there was no advertisement with sex cells or something like that. Right? But what you saw all around is death. Now winter's approaching. Just look around in nature. How does it look? What does it tell us? Death is coming. Winter is coming. It's like a circle. And if you're an old person, you enter in previous ages, if you were an old person who enters into the winter time, you were not sure if you come out again. Because winter, especially in this area, means hot climate. Right? So, but it's a natural thing. But people don't want to, we have our very nice, warm, soft shell jackets, or how they called, they're very nice. And we're making, the death of nature, winter, we're making as a fun sport. You have all the skiings and all this stuff, right? So everything is upside down. And it's from day to day, it's decreasing. So the problem is nobody figures out what's the real meaning of life. Nobody even asks this question because the meaning of life is told us in media, not Shastra of media, right? And they say, you just enjoy, take care of yourself, and make sure you get a big piece of the cake, because everybody goes for the cake. So you make sure you get your share, right? And it's like this, this where the man sits on a donkey, has a big stick, and on the stick is a carrot, right? And this keeps the donkey going. You know this? So it's like it's like that. It's like that. So around 500 years ago, there was in India, in this what is still nowadays you can see, although you can say about India whatever you like, but still spirituality is quite strong. You see sadhus around, although the quality of the sadhus you can also discuss, but you see still people who try to teach Dharma, teach religion, right? But nobody really knows what really is Dharma. Because everybody is kind of a little bit out of place. So to teach this, and this is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, why he's coming.
The miscreants, to protect the devotees, and to re-establish Dharma.
Principles of religion. Somebody has the Sanskrit. Very good. Yeah, this is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So he comes to wipe out the miscreants and to re-establish the principles of religion. So in this, because it's down in Kali Yuga and it had to come from this place, a person appeared in Bengal and his name was Nimai Pandit. He was a big Pandit, and basically Srimad Bhagavatam gives a hint on him, and many different scriptures hinting him out or pointing him out to say this is the person who will bring back Dharma again, and he will re-establish the principles of religion. Now, according to Bhagavad Gita, what is the Krishna in the end establishes as the most important thing out of all teachings?
Surrender unto me. Sarvadharma parityajyo mam ekam shranam.
Yes, so what? What he says?
Become my devotee, worship me.
Abandon all varieties of religion. Just surrender to me. I will protect you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear.
Do not fear. You know, abandon all varieties of religion, meaning basically throw everything what you ever heard about religion, throw it out of the window. And just surrender unto me. Do what I tell you. And do not fear, because I will protect you. So that's basically to surrender to Krishna and always concentrate on him. And put all your endeavors, this is what Krishna explains before to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. All your activities, connect them with me. How you do this? Read Bhagavad Gita. But to do this is not so easy, right? Because we always have to kind of train our mind. Okay, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. But just imagine one scenario. There is a mother or a family with a child, and his child goes to school. And of course the parents love the child very much. And one day this child doesn't come home from school. And the parents are waiting another day, and the child never comes home. So what the rest of the life the parents will think of? The child. They will think only of the child, and every day they will expect maybe it comes home today. Maybe somehow it got carried away, and then it found out again, oh no, let me find my parents. Maybe today it will stand in front of our door. Right? And that's the trick of love. That's the tragedy of love. And exactly in this tragedy of love, the gopis of Vrindavan fall in. And this trap, this love trap, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was using, because it's described he is an incarnation of Radha and Krishna combined. And Radharani was the one who suffered the most when Krishna left Vrindavan. Right? And the gopis in Vrindavan, they expected Krishna always to come back. And this is this love in separation. There was no force that somebody had to remind him. Do you remember once there was this cowherd boy? Oh yeah, What was, he was sort of bluish or something. Yeah, what was his name? Well, we called him Krishna or Kanai. Or, and there was this, we were dancing with him, right? We had some on the banks of the Yamuna. Yeah, it was a while ago. I wonder what happened out of him. Right? It's just there. It's just they never ever forgot him. Because once you love somebody, you can't forget him. Right, Mataji? You still remember your first love? Put you on the spot.
This love is better.
Yeah, but this is not what my question was.
I understand what you mean. My ex-husband, yes, I remember him.
Of course you remember. Everybody remembers. And even if it was not a fulfilled love, it was just somebody in the distance. Or in school, there was some boy, some lady, lady, not some girl, what you thought, that's the perfection. There she walks. There she goes again. Right? So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came to give us this prema bhakti, this very deep love, where basically we're so trapped with Krishna that we cannot forget him anymore. And whatever we do, gopis in Vrindavan, they had families, they had they had household duties, but whatever they did, they always thought, I do it for Krishna. I don't do it for my family or whatever. It's only I do it for Krishna. And this is basically the tradition what Gaudiya Vaishnavas, where ISKCON belongs to, what we are doing, what we're teaching. All right? And to bring this back to the world, Jai Jai Shishi Palat Lakshmi Shingadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. To implement this process in the world, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and did the most simplest thing what one can ever imagine. Everybody does it every day, some more, some less. Some they do it under the shower, some they do it in the church, some they do it in the temple. But what do we all like to do? Singing. Every bird has a song, right? And every human has a song. There's a devotee living under me. He never comes in the temple to sing, but I hear him singing in his flat sometimes. So we all kind of have our song. We like to sing, but we're not so sure what to sing. But there's a very easy process. It's combined of 16 names of the most sublime form with his companion. And this is this nowadays famous Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And if we think, that's so, what is it all about? That's nothing. This is exactly the thing where you put this in the Akash. What is the Akash? It's like the information field of the universe, right? It's like you put something in the software of the universe. Are you all doing IT? No. Oh, what happened? Huh? What?
We studied
Mechanical. Okay, so you're dealing now with the hardware. Yeah. So it's you implement this in the Akash of the universe. So each and every mantra, even every name you say of Krishna, of the Supreme, because it's Sanskrit name, it directly goes in the programming language of the universe. And the more you put in, the more this programming language will be filled up. So meaning the Akash, the information field of the universe, is filled up by each and every single mantra we chant. And we can chant it unconscious, then it goes in the unconscious field of the universe. But the more we put conscious in it, the more it goes in the conscious information field of the universe. Same with Srimad Bhagavatam. The more we read Srimad Bhagavatam, it's not that we're just reading it for us and we're putting it in our head. No. When we put it in our head, automatically, it's like you have a cloud. And everybody knows the cloud, you know. You put it in your mobile, automatically it will end up in your tablet or in your computer, right? So you put it in your cloud, it will end up in the information field, even if you just read it. So therefore it's so important. Therefore Prabhupada stressed it so much, bring out my books. And therefore we have this Harinam Sankirtan. Because the only thing, I mean, guess what? Now down in Gaza, they play out the apocalypse. You know, it's just, you know, whatever, you know, all the readers of the how you call it? The Apocalypse of Johannes, you know this, the Offenbarung, you know, all they bring all, oh now it all happens one after another, and it will end in Armageddon. You know, there's a valley actually down there in Gaza, what is called Armageddon. So they say last battle will be fought there. Yeah, this is what they're intending to do, but we know better. You know, none of them will win, because the Mahamantra is there. This will win. So whatever it is, you know, we can fight against injustice, we can fight against pollution, we can fight against animal killing, we can fight against everything what is there in the world, what we think it should not be there. But the only weapon to really fight it with is our consciousness. And this has to be filled up with Harinam, with the name of the Lord. And has to be empowered by Srimad Bhagavatam. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the one who exactly brought this. And even he's not popular in India right now. He's not a superstar. He's not how's it called? Kishori Kund, wie heißt der indische Superstar? Shah Rukh Khan. You know, Shah Rukh Khan is much more famous in India than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But it will change. Because Shah Rukh Khan will fade away. Sorry, Kishori Kund. Yeah. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will become more and more prominent. It's like even Krishna. Krishna people will more and more forget. It's like Vrindavan. Vrindavan diminishes. Govardhan Hill goes more and more, becomes smaller. It will fade away. If you go in Vrindavan, go in the Yamuna, you think you bathe in the water of Yamuna? Nope. You bathe in the sewage of Delhi. Yes. This is what happened out of Yamuna, right? But what will appear is a city in Bengal, the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is what we're seeing now. You know, we have a big temple. Are you aware of the temple built in Bengal? The temple of the Vedic planetarium? No, not yet. But it will become a big thing, because even scientists will come and will look at it and say, what, huh? Huh? And then we'll explain, yes, Srimad Bhagavatam explains cosmology in that way. No, we have other conception. Yeah, you may have other conception, but have another viewpoint. Look from this angle. Then you will see even your conception is right. But Srimad Bhagavatam says the sun is closer to the earth than the moon. Yeah, that's true. But no, we see it differently. Yes, come in this corner. Look from this angle. You see it? It's not a topic, but it's interesting, it's amazing what opportunities this will give to explain science in the Vedic way, and where it will be played out that actually the cosmology, for example, in Srimad Bhagavatam or the Vedic scriptures, it's true. It's not a myth. It's true. It's just a different angle of vision. So, okay, that's one thing. Now we go, that we don't spend the whole time speaking about the events. We reading every Saturday from a scripture called the Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. And this is called something like the natural continuation of the Srimad Bhagavatam. When you go to court, the base of the court where law is spoken is the laws of the country, right? The law book of the country. And in spirituality or in Vedic tradition, that's the Bhagavad Gita, right? Every tradition, if it's the Shaivites or Vaishnavas or whatever you have there, they agree Bhagavad Gita is supreme. Everybody agrees on that. And if you wanna argue, now traditionally, when you argue, you have to have a base. You cannot just argue out of your mind. You have to always place some base under it. And and you use Bhagavad Gita. Everybody can use Bhagavad Gita as a base. Is it there in Bhagavad Gita? No. So why you come out with that? Where do you find it then? Right? You have to base it in Shastra, and the essence of it is Bhagavad Gita. And then in court, you have a case book, something where they say, okay, the law is this. Now this person did this and that crime or whatever. How was the punishment in the past? When somebody did this, how the court spoke justice in this case, right? And this is like the Srimad Bhagavatam. So there you can see Vedic wisdom or wisdom of Bhagavad Gita applied. And if not applied, what happened? Right? And then you have like a guidebook how you apply modern law in modern life. And this is the Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Like people who applied Bhagavad Gita, who applied Srimad Bhagavatam in their lives and how they lived. And this is basically Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. It's basically, you can say, it's like a biography of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but it's much more, because first of all, it established the supremacy and the personality of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. And not just that the author, Krishna Das Kaviraj, he just says it because he thinks it's right. No, he bases all on Shastra. He all based this statements, what he does, he based it all on Shastra. Right? And now we are here in a section where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually himself teaches Sanatana Goswami. It's in the Madhya-līlā, in the 20th chapter, verse 306.
On the 47.
Really?
But I think there are two verses.
No, that's
Is it one?
I forgot to change the number because I was writing.
Okay, it's this one. And actually what happened here that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exactly does this, that he uses reverence from the scriptures to make a point. So we can try to read this text together. Let's find if we find a suitable meter. Yasyang kripanga choracho kila loka palayir. Okay, let's try it again. Yasyang kripanga Yasyang kripanga rachor kila loka palayir. Yasyang kripanga choracho kila loka baler. Mauli utamaya tritam upasita tirta tirtam. Mauli utamaya tritam upasita tirta tirtam. Brahma bhavoham api yasya kala kalaya. Brahma bhavoham api yasya kala kalaya. Shirishchudva hemachiram asya nripasanam kva. Shrishkot vahema chiram asya nripasamam kva. Okay, please, you try it. Yasyang kripanga choracho ila loka balair. Mulya tamir tritam upasita tirta tirtam. Brahma bhavoham api yasya kala kalaya. Shrishtot vahema chiram asya nipasanam kva. Yasyang kripanga choracho kila loka balair. Mauli utamaya tritam upasita tirta tirtam. Brahma bhavoham api yasya kala kalaya. Shrishkot vahema kiram klasya kibasam kyava. Ladies. Yasyang kripanga choracho kila loka balair. Mlyam tirtam rititam upasita tirta tirtam. Brahma bhavoham api yasya kala kalaya. Shrishchot vahema tirtasvanti pasakantva. Yasyang kripanga choracho kila loka balair. Malyuttamir titam upasita tirta tirtam. Brahma bhavoham api yasya kala kalaya. Shrishchot vahema chiram asya nipasanam kva. Yasya, whose, Ankripangacha, lotus-like feet, Rajya, the dust, Akila Loka, the house of Akila. No, of the universal planetary system. Sorry, we have a member in our community, our most senior actually, his name is Akila. Oh, wait a second. Of the universal planetary system. Palai, by the masters. Mauli Utamai, with valuable turbans on their heads. Tritam, accepted. Upasita, worshipped. Tirtatitam, the sanctifier of the holy places. Brahma, Lord Brahma. Bhava, Lord Shiva. Aham api, even I. Yasya, of whom? Kala, portions. Kalaya, of a planetary portion. Shri, the goddess of fortune. Cha, and. Utva Hema, we carry. Chiram, eternally. Asya, of him. Nripa Asanam, the throne of the king. Qua, where? So now we want to know what is the translation of that. There's a translation and a short purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. What is the value of a throne to Lord Krishna, the master of various planetary systems, except the dust of his lotus feet on their crowned heads? That dust makes the holy places sacred, and even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lakshmi, and I myself, who are all portions of his planetary portions, eternally carry the dust on our heads. Okay, purport. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:68-37, when the Kauravas flattered Baladev so that he would become their ally and spoke ill of Sri Krishna. Lord Baladev became angry and spoke this verse. Om Agnanatimandasya Knananshana Shlakaya Chakshu Imidam Yena Tasmai Shigurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stabidam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Svabarantikam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So to be sitting here is not that the person who sits here is something special. It just means that he has to try to act as a medium that the Srimad Bhagavatam or the scripture can appear. And it's like a cow. A cow has the ability to give milk, but it needs some. What does it need that she gives milk? Yeah. First, it needs love that she produces milk, right? Without love, without a calf, there's no milk. And then needs a calf or a milker. How you say? A milker. Who milk the calf. So the one who sits here is like a cow, and here is the udder full of milk. So you are the milkers. Yes. You have to, by your absorption, by your intense desire to hear, to understand, the medium who sits here is maybe able to speak something. So if you go out of the class and have no idea what it was all about, it's not my fault. It's your fault. Right? Okay. So, the verse again. What is the value of a throne to Lord Krishna? So, it says, Baladev says it here. Baladev is Balaram, the brother of Krishna. You know, and he speaks in an angry voice because the Kauravas made him angry. So, what is the value of a throne to Lord Krishna? The master of the various planetary systems, except dust of his lotus feet on their crowned heads. That dust make holy places sacred. Even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lakshmi, and I myself, Balaram, who are all portions of his planetary portion, eternally carry that dust on our heads. So Balaram is a little upset. Why he was upset? Should we find out? There was once where Krishna was living, the Vrishnis, where they were living. Huh? Where they were living, where they were hiding. Once they were living all in India. No. Vrindavan, okay, other place beside Vrindavan. Mathura, yes, Mathura. There were they living. Ugrasena, was put in jail by his wishes, Kamsa, his son. And then what happened to Kamsa? He was killed by Krishna and Balaram, right? And then the father-in-law of Kamsa was who? He was once ripped into pieces and then put together by a witch, Chara. Jarasandha, yes. Jarasandha said, "Woo, these two boys, they killed my son-in-law. That's against Dharma, I have to teach them a lesson." And he attacked Mathura 17 times. And for the 18th time he came, Krishna and Balaram said, "Okay, it's enough now. I will change the setting." So what was the changing of the setting? Dwarka, yes. So there the Vrishnis were living in Dwarka, right? And Krishna was living there with how many? How many wives? 16,108. That's amazing, oh? Are you married? No, not yet. You would like to marry? How many wives? Huh? One. Sure? Not two? Maybe? No. Yes. Yes, So if you claim, if somebody next time stands in front of you and saying, "I'm God," sometimes you see them, claim they are God. You ask them, "How many wives do you have?" No. 3. No, that doesn't mean God, 16,108. Okay, he was living there. And with each lady he had how many children? 10. Right? Well, this makes quite a number, right? But it's a different perspective. And with all of these ladies, he had very illustrious sons who basically were quite similar than Krishna himself. In some cases, they were even bewildered because they thought Krishna came, like Pradyumna, for example, right? And who were main wives of Krishna? What comes in your mind? Huh? Rukmini, Satyabhama. No, say it right. Chandramauli. No, that's the Swami. Chambavati. And Chambavati was the daughter of whom? Chambavan. And who's Chambavan? Huh? Well, Chambavan was actually the bear, right? And from where do we know him? From Ramayana, yeah. And Jambavan was fighting with this intruder who wanna get this jewel, right? And his son was playing with this jewel. And Krishna came, I mean, this is a whole other story again, you know. So Krishna was, Jambavan was fighting with this man, with this, you know, who is this? Bluish and, you know, whatever. And he could not fight him, although he was the strongest personality, still carried over from Satyayuga, Tretayuga, Dwapara, from Ramananda. And he could not fight him. And at one point, it appears to him. That's Ram. Only he can defeat me. And then he understood, okay, this Krishna is no other than Ram. And he surrendered to him, and as a sign of surrender, he did what? Huh? He gave his daughter, right, yeah. And her name was? Jambavati, yes. And so Jambavati went with Krishna also to Dwarka, and her oldest son, her first son, his name was? Not Chamba? Samba, yes, Samba. So Samba, what is? Vielleicht kann jemand anderes Service machen. Nee. Okay, somebody can translate for Kishori-kun?
Ich kann den Service machen, was machst du? Okay. Ich kann auch damit.
Devaki wollte eh gehen. No, thank you, Devaki. So, well, oh, Samba, yes, Samba, and he came in an age to marry. So he thought of a girl, and the rumor was that there's a very beautiful girl out there. Her name is Lakshmana. But there's one problem. Every beautiful girl has one problem. Her father. Her father, right? And who was her father? Now listen up. Who was the father of Lakshmana? Huh? What? A Kaurava, yes, but who in particular? Who is the most, when you want to meet one of the Kauravas, to whom you would avoid the most? Shakuni. He's not really a Kaurava. Duryodhan, yes. She was the daughter of Duryodhan. Right? So Samba goes exactly for her. And there was announced the Swayamvara ceremony. What does it mean? All the big Kshatriyas, because it's only done amongst Kshatriyas. They're inviting all other big Kshatriyas, right? And they say, the prize is this beautiful girl. Now you show your prowess, what you can do. It's like a military parade. They all come with the armies, and then they have to show different skills. Like we know from Mahabharata, like when, also from when Krishna, he captured Rukmini, right? But in Mahabharata, it's very famous when the Pandavas in disguise, they come to catch whom? Draupadi, yes, right? And they had to fulfill many different tasks. And the task was, for example, to look in the reflection of a water, and they see, you have to look in the reflection. There you see a wheel turning, and in this wheel is a fish, and he had to look in the reflection of the water and shoot with the arrow in the eye of the fish on the turning wheel. And there was only one person who could do that, Arjuna, right? And Draupadi, actually, he thought, I wanna have Arjuna for my daughter, right? And he got it. But of course, this brought Pandavas in trouble. But that's the nature of this ceremony. It brings somebody gets in trouble, right? So the point is, mostly this fathers-in-law or whatever, they making kind of a. It's already actually they know whom they want, right? And they know already, okay, if my daughter marries this prince, then that would be, it's not a love marriage. Marriage amongst Kshatriyas is always out of political reasons, right? If she marries this prince, then I will gain these countries and I will rule over here. And then we make political peace with that party because now we are family or something like that. Right? So all these princes were there, and of course they knew, what's going on. But then somehow out of nowhere there came just a young man, and he looked a little bit like Krishna. What's going on? And he just, steal the prey. He just took this beautiful girl, Lakshmana, put her on a chariot, and run away, right? And then all these warriors, this is what happened, whoa, and they're all getting on their chariot with the armies, and they're chasing this one who, and everybody was upset, especially Duryodhana, right? And then six people fought against Samba, and they captured him, and they took them. Captured, put him in prison. So when the Vrishnis in Dwarka found out, especially the king, Ugrasena, they said, that cannot be. Everybody has the right to go to the ceremony and get the bride. If they're foolish enough to let it happen, it's their problem. Our Samba is right, and he should get the bride, and they should release him, right? So what we're doing, get our forces, get our chariots, everybody out there, even Krishna was ready to attack Hastinapur, and let's go for war. And then Baladev, he said, wait a second, come on, it's kind of family, don't go for this in war. Not time yet. Not time yet. So let me try to mediate. Right, and he went there, and he basically before he didn't go in the city. He camped outside in some gardens. This is what they do, So you don't go in the house of the person you want to visit. You stand in front of the house. You wait till this person call you in. When all the Kauravas heard that Baladev came, because they somehow or other liked Baladev. Because he was also the teacher, the martial art teacher of Duryodhana. And Baladev came, so they came out with valuable gifts and everything. And they tried to flatter Balaram to kind of, And in this way they also, they kind of used some kind of words to make sure that Baladev is somehow, they understands, everything is fine, we like you, but you're Krishna, come on, he's not right. And what you're doing there in Dwarka, it's not right. We are the royals. We are the how you say? Yeah, we are the royals. And we made you, we lifted you to the status of royals by accepting you. And we even let you guys use royal bedsteads. Not everybody has a bed, only kings. We let you use royal symbols like the chamara and the umbrella. You even can use a flag. You see, for festival, we offer in the Lord, we offer an umbrella, we offer a flag, we offer chamara, right? That's all royal symbols. And they said, and we leave you, we tolerate you using this, but actually you low class, And now these low-class persons, you want to tell us what to do? It's like the shoe. Try to step on the head what is decorated with a crown. You know, shoe is considered very dirty, very low. You know, you leave your shoes outside, you don't bring them in. And these shoes now try to touch the head where is a crown on it, basically the Kauravas. And when Balaram heard this, he said this sentence. Okay? Circle closed. So what does it tell us? I was thinking about. We all have our plans. We all have our plans, how it should play out, and in our head we put it all nice together and we say, wow, that will be amazing. Our daughter will marry this and that person, and then we will have this and that advantage we will get out of that, and that will be so nice, it will be so wonderful, life is pretty cool. But then something happened. Then out of nowhere, the hand of Krishna comes, and it destroys all our plans. And we become very upset. We even become upset with Krishna. We become upset with God. When we are upset, we like to point out, it's your fault! When I say, you point one finger to one person, 3 fingers point back toward you. He looks, 3 fingers point back to you, and 1 finger point up to God. It's your fault. Right? And then we look for all kind of reasons, to make it clear that's not our fault. And basically, the whole Mahabharata is a battle between the ego, the real ego, and the false ego. Right? The Pandavas are the very devoted ones who always claim for righteousness, who always want to please Dharma, who want to please their elders, who want to please Krishna, who want to go along with the Shastras. And then you have the Kauravas, who always try, by using the same instruments, but get their things done. Somehow or other bypassing all these instructions, basically Krishna. And so, where are we? This is a question you don't have to answer me, but you have to answer yourself. Because I have hard time to answer this question for myself. So therefore I'm asking you, please give me your blessings that I can somehow or other out of the Kauravas become a Pandava. There was one Kaurava. In the beginning of the battle, Yudhishthira made a big announcement. Okay, we know there's a big battle, and you guys probably will all die on the other side. Drona, Bhishma, Kripa, and all the soldiers. But if somebody wants to come over to our side, he is welcome. So in everybody, how many Akshahinis had the Pandavas and the Kauravas? I think the Pandavas had 11 and the Kauravas had like 16 or something like that. I'm speculating, but of the Kauravas had 4 more. And they were thinking, we have Bhishma, we have Drona, we have Duryodhana, we have Karna, all massive, victorious chariot fighters, and whom they have. No, they didn't think of Krishna. They thought, first of all, they have Arjuna. Okay, yeah, Arjuna. Bhima is quite, he can eat a lot, but hey, they didn't think of Krishna. But one person said, okay, I come over. And there was one of the 99 brothers of Duryodhana. His name was? Somebody remember? Jijitsu. He came over and went in the other camp. So, please let me be Jijitsu. Let me come over to the camp of the Pandavas and fight for the right side, not for my side. I do it Krishna's way. I don't do it my way. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. So, you have two chances: hot, tasty, wonderful, delicious breakfast, khichdi, or some dry questions. Who's for the khichdi? Who has questions? Uh-oh. Okay, the rest can go for the khichdi.
Okay. Vielen Dank für deine Lecture, Prabhu. Ich spreche auf Deutsch, damit ich das nicht übersetzen muss danach. Und zwar wollte ich fragen, wie das ist, dass die Kauvaras, also diejenigen, die sinnvoll gehandelt haben, dann sind die gehören zum Lila dazu, oder waren das einfach bedingte Seelen, die dann reingepasst haben in das Lila?
If those who act against Krishna's will, like the Kauravas, are the part of the Lila or not? Well, yes, everybody of us is part of Krishna's Leela. In the end, we all Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, everybody follows my path. Some do it conscious, some do it unconscious. Most do it unconscious. Right? But still, Krishna uses us to get his things done. But we have the free will. It's our choice on which side we want to fight. So that's the thing. Krishna said to Arjuna, here's the thing, here's the battlefield, here are the armies. I killed them already. Although they're still standing and breathing in the beginning of the battle. But I decided already the outcome of the battle. So what you can do is be an instrument. Just be my instrument. But Arjuna, it's not, and maybe he should not, and whatever. He became, Krishna basically put him in some kind of illusion that Arjuna brought out some doubts, and there's the doubts of ourselves. Is Krishna really God? Is it really like this, or whatever? Or is Krishna God, or maybe is Bill Gates, or, I don't know. So, but Krishna said they're already dead. If you're not the instrument, somebody else will be it. Björn, was heißt davon?
Vielen Dank, ja,
Denk an das Kitri.
Nee, besser so. Mir halt die Frage, auf was das abzielt, ob diejenigen, es heißt, Krishna vollbringt dann seine Spiele und geht danach in ein anderes Universum und macht das dann wieder und wieder. Sind alle Teil davon und gehen alle dann mit, wie die Pandavas? Arjuna, der sein ewiger Gefährte ist dann auch Duryodhana, einer, der immer mitgeht und immer denselben Bösewicht spielt?
Du, ich habe keine Ahnung.
Okay.
I mean, if you have an actor, if you have a movie, what is, you have different characters. You have, I don't know, you have some characters in Hollywood, they always play the bad guys. But sometimes they used to be good guys. Right? Like Robert De Niro or somebody else. Nobody knows, we know still Robert De Niro, So, it's likely because they have such a face, they have kind of, a way of playing that they say, oh, he's suitable being a bad guy. But somebody can also change the scene and say, no, he can actually also play a good guy. So it's the choice of the actor then to say, no, I go for the role of no, I like the bad guys. Bjorn Kitri? Well, now comes another question. We have also Italy there, Halava is also there.
But in order for the Lila to happen, there needs to be a bad guy. So it's needed. It's not that, okay, when there's no bad guy, then
Yeah, it's for
what's
the
happening
traumatic.
with the Battle
It's
of
for the
Kurukshetra.
traumatic reason. You know, if there's no, if you display a day at work at Knaus, at our factory, at the Wohnwagen factory, you know, nothing is there. You know, so boring. It's so boring, but. You know, all the workers they don't remember, every day looks the same. But suddenly, you have either a bad guy who did something very bad. Oh, everybody remembers this day. Oh, you know, this was like amazing what happened. You know, or you have some kind of love story. One worker went with another lady, or ooh, everybody speaks about it. Everybody remembers that, right? Everybody still remembers where he was on 9/11, 2000 when? 21. Or everybody remembers what he did when the news hit it.
I came from school.
But you still remember.
Yeah. You came 10 years you came from school.
Yes.
Anyway, so that's of course Krishna puts leelas that become more enhancing, and therefore these leelas are there, to make it that we can meditate upon it. So it's more juicy if something like some crime happens or some love story happens. But this makes it for us conditioned souls where we dig our brain in. And new newspaper or new journalism, they do exactly the same. They copy just Srimad Bhagavatam. They just copy it. You have some crime. On the first you have mass murder in his refrigerator. So many I don't know old ladies were found. They cut into pieces. Everybody's I need this newspaper. I will buy it, And then, by the way, there is the mass murder, and there you have half naked Pamela something or whatever, and then there's another reason. And then, of course, you have the sports, the sports tile. Well, it's like Kurukshetra. Oh, who won the battle of cricket? What?
I have no question, but talking about Leela, the Leelas are not the past. Guru Maharaj, Kodandakanana Swami constantly reminds us that the Leela is still going on. We are part in Gaura's Leela now, with Prabhupada, with all the, we are also, the Leela is going on. With Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's Kali age. So we're still part of Gaura's Leela, Krishna's Leela, it's going on.
Still going on. Okay, come on, quick.
I just want to relate to the story of Jai and Vijay. They appeared as, Hiranyakashipu and etc. So he needs someone to play the bad role, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's his, and he enjoys it. But everybody who is part in it, or the onlookers, they're, even the demigods, when Varaha, in one point he was hit by Hiranyaksha, and all the demigods, no, come on, and then they say, come on, don't fuss around, make him, otherwise he will kill you, But Krishna said, yeah, of course, like when I play with my boys, sometimes I pretend that I'm losing, and they like, of course I don't lose, not yet. They will come, but it's not yet there. So that's all. It's all a play. It's all a play to enhance things. And for us, it's like because we entrapped in it. We think, oh, now it's going on. There's another war, another thing like that. And yes, it's terrible. If you look, if in the temporary eyes, you look in it, it looks terrible. With eternal eyes, you see it's just another chapter of the same movie. It's just changing the scenes. The good guys become the bad guys, and the bad guys have to play the good role. But depends, where is my consciousness? And if I'm in the bad section, then I will get the bad results.
So can you play the bad guy with a good intention? Like,
Well, I mean it's a big topic. I one here maybe we can ask Sri Gora, because I hear this from his brother once, that actually Shakuni, he was a good guy. Is that true? That he actually, his family was by the Kauravas put in prison. And then the head of the family, he said, no, the Kauravas said, okay, there's a whole clan, we imprison the whole clan. And we give them one plate of food every day. And they will fight amongst each other over this one plate of food. And this what almost happened. Then the head of the family, what was in prison, said, no, wait a second, we will all sacrifice ourselves, but one person of us will get this plate of food, and this is Shakuni. And he will revenge us. He will destroy the Kaurava kingdom. And the head of the family, I forgot his name, he said, out of the finger joints of my fingers, you make a dice. And this dice will always win. Some side discussion going on if this guy is nuts or if this, speaks. You heard about this? And this dice out of the joints of the finger of this head of the family, Shakuni used to defeat the Pandavas, would then lead to the war where the Kauravas were destroyed. So, in that sense, Shakuni was playing and spiced it all up. And seemed like he is a bad guy on the side of the Kauravas against the Pandavas. So that would be the answer to your question. But the question is always, what is the good guy? Is the good guy just who thinks that he fights for the right source, or is the good guy the one who said, I'm connected with higher source? I'm doing it for Krishna. So Yudhishthira, when he said, Ashwatthama, the elephant is dead, he played, he was basically doing the opposite. He knew it was a trick. And he should not have done it. So he played the bad guy with a good intention. But he played it for higher source because Krishna told him. So everybody was blaming him, even later on, they blamed Krishna of playing bad tricks. Let the sun go down and then suddenly comes up again that Shalya? No, Caitanya was killed. Yeah, Caitanya was killed, because Arjuna made anyway, we go now in Mahabharata. But, sometimes what seems righteous in a higher sense is not righteous. And what seems unrighteous in a higher sense is righteous. So therefore Krishna says to Arjuna, do what I tell you. Forget all this religion. He said, he doesn't say don't be Christian, don't be Muslim or this and that. He says just forget Dharma. That what you think what is Dharma. Your concept of Dharma, forget it, because I am Dharma. I'm Dharmaraj. Not Yudhishthira. Okay? Sorry. Okay. And with a good intention, we all have now halava. And at 11 o'clock we meet here again, right? Jai. Oh, Kitri.
Jai 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 Srila Gurudev Ki Jai.